This is the best way to punish human traffickers. First, the trafficker is placed in a custom-made iron bucket. Then the bucket is locked to secure him. Before the trafficker can react, a glass bottle filled with loaches is pushed in. Upon seeing this, the trafficker immediately lunges forward. Before he can even beg for mercy, the doctor takes a special speculum and shoves it into his mouth. The trafficker refuses to open his mouth, but this is a piece of cake for the doctor. The doctor simply pinches the trafficker's nose. After holding his breath for 2.5 years, the trafficker finally opens his mouth due to lack of oxygen. Seeing this opportunity, the doctor quickly inserts the speculum into his mouth. Then, the doctor takes the tubing connected to the glass bottle and forcefully inserts the speculum into the trafficker's mouth. The entire process is extremely painful for the trafficker, but he can only submit to the torture. The doctor, who is not about to stop there, continues to exert force until it reaches the trafficker's stomach. Then, the doctor gently unscrews the glass bottle containing the loaches. However, the most thrilling scene is about to unfold. A swarm of tiny, adorable creatures, mixed with sewage, poured out of his mouth. They flowed silently into the trafficker's mouth through the hose, sliding all the way into his stomach. Witnessing this methodical process, the kind-hearted doctor turned away with relief. He knew the trafficker would suffer unspeakable pain. In extreme torment, the trafficker's eyes rolled back and he lost consciousness. When he awoke, he was horrified to find himself in a huge water tank, sustaining only a weak breath through an oxygen tube. Countless man-eating savage fish swam around the tank. These savage fish were many times larger than any he had seen before. The scene was chilling. The trafficker only wanted to escape this terrifying place. However, no matter how hard he pounded on the tank glass, the guards remained unmoved, showing no intention of letting him out. In desperation, the trafficker swam towards the top of the tank with all his might. Just at this critical moment, a savage fish playfully tore off his oxygen tube. Looking at the dense swarm of savage fish at the bottom of the tank, the trafficker dared not go down to search. He tried desperately to unscrew the tank lid, but to his dismay, it was locked tight and impossible to open. Soon, the trafficker began to have difficulty breathing. He pounded on the lid, but received no response. He eventually succumbed to oxygen deprivation and lost consciousness, his body slowly sinking to the bottom of the tank, becoming a meal for the swarm of fish.